Oh,
Ha?
bumili ka na lang ng ano, bumili ka lang ng matcha sa akin, tapos bahala ka sa'yo. Ano number dito?
Okay, let's get this workout on. We drank beer and shit. You know, now it's time to work out. Well, last night, not right now. But yeah, man, you know, if I suffer for the bag, you feel me? I deserve good shit in life, man. I didn't go through all that pain and suffering to get the bag, and then just to get a female like Boobs, you know what I'm saying? She has no shape whatsoever, bro. Now, because I'm broke and I'm dusty, I would still hit that. You know, I'm not picky when I'm broke, man. But I know once I get the bag, I'm gonna be very picky. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, oh no, you're not tall enough. Oh no, you're not curvy enough. You know, I like women with some curves. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because I feel like I deserve it. You feel what I'm saying? If I went through a whole lot just to get the bag, you know, I deserve the finest women, man. You know, at least a 7. Nothing under a 7. It's gotta be a 7 and up. You feel what I'm saying? You know. What's up, Berto? The chip. Good morning, man. Now, Boobs, don't get me wrong. She got an okay, pretty face. But also, she has poor posture. She's not really, she got a grandma type of build to her. Big old titties, but, you know, there's no hourglass shape. You see, like, if I'm gonna get the bag and go to Vegas, it's gonna be with a bitch that's badder than Boobs. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? And I got every right to say that, especially if I have the bag. I'm gonna be one picky son of a gun, though. Don't get me wrong, I still have sex with Boobs. I ain't picky like that, man. I'll hit that man thoroughly. But when it comes to like a female that I feel like I'm gonna have babies with, she gotta be more genetically superior than Boobs. You feel what I'm saying? Taller, longer legs, more beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the same thing that women do to us, bro. When women got a whole lot of options, what they do? They picky as hell. When I get a whole lot of options, I'm gonna be picky as hell. And then I'm gonna be all about looks. Shit. You better be tall with long legs. You better not be under 5'7". That's too short. Under 5'7" is too short. They gotta be 5'7" and up to fuck with me. Once I get that bag. Only once I get the bag. Like, it seems like men who get the bag is the only ones who can really have standards, because then you have a whole lot of options. You know, men who don't have money, it seems like if you are a guy that's average looking or even worse, below average looking, you can't afford to have standards because you'll have very little options. Nowadays, the average man don't have a whole lot of options, bro. That's why I laugh when females try to talk about me or make videos about me and shit like that, struggling in the dating market. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand what it is to be average at best in dating. You're under 6 feet tall, life is gonna be a lot harder for you in dating if you're under 6 foot. Now me, I'm just I'm just right up under 6 foot. I'm 5'9". So that's not really short, and that's not very tall. It's right there in the middle. That's why I get more play from females that are like 5'1", 5'2", around the early 5 feet. You know what I'm saying? That's where I get the most play. Women who are short. Women who are around 5 foot. You feel what I'm saying? But okay, man, you can't be picky, man. You can't be picky. Yeah, I'm not picky at this stage of my life. I'll fuck with boobs, man, even though she ain't got an hourglass shape. I'll fuck with boobs. Hell yeah, I'll fuck with her. I'll make her my girlfriend right now. But once I get the bag, all bets are off, bro. All bets are off. I am not betting anymore. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that bag, and I'm gonna be the most pickiest son of a gun you will ever see. Guarantee it, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So we gotta change some. We gotta get a new hoodie or something today, man. We gotta change clothes. I think I'm gonna go to Target and pick up a few things. You know, go to Target and pick up a fresh new clothes. You know what I'm saying? You know, you deserve the best if you hustle for that bag, bro. What do celebrities do when they finally get money? They get the baddest bitch they can find, bro. For real. That ain't no motherfucking joke. You feel me? They get the baddest bitch they could ever find. And that's what I'm gonna do. Shit. If I got the bag, I'm gonna think I deserve a bad bitch, bro. Shit, man. Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Now I could say that, right now, if I'm like short bald guy talking about, yeah, I want a tall woman. But I ain't got no funds and no money or, you know what I'm saying? That's different. Or I want a bad tall woman, not just an average looking tall woman, but a bad tall woman. A baddie that's tall. And I ain't got no money, then I can say, okay, that's delusional talking right there. You feel what I'm saying? But once I get the bag, then I can have the pick of the litter, bro. I can pick my woman. Because I'm going to have so many women coming after me with that bag, bro. I'm going to have short, tall, skinny, thick. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have all kinds of women coming after me, bro. So I'm going to have my pick of the litter, bro. I'm going to have my pick. So I can say, okay, I can throw her back. I got plenty of options. Boobs come around, okay, I can throw her back. She ain't got an hourglass shape that I like, Or just play around with her and then toss it to the side when something better come through. That's why a lot of these women don't get a rich man, bro. That's why it's so highly competitive. Because so many women want a rich man, bro. So many women want a man with a bag. That a lot of these females, like boobs, or even the thick female that work here at the gas station over here, that I like. She got thick old booty, man. But she's average looking in the face. You feel what I'm saying? When a man get a bag, he got a lot of ego. And he gonna think that he deserves the best. You feel what I'm saying? Like all these superstars, celebrities and shit like that, these superstar men in Hollywood, bro, they think they deserve the best women because they work so hard in their careers and stuff like that, man, that they feel like they deserve the best women out there on the market. You feel what I'm saying? The women that they couldn't get when they were broke, they finally can get those type of women, bro. Mike Tyson, same thing. He couldn't get those beautiful women when he was a teenager coming up in boxing. He was just like, just pushed out of dating. Well, he shouldn't be dating. He's in his teens. But when you in your teens, you be wanting these type of females. You feel what I'm saying? When you at school, when you in high school or whatever, you be wanting the Stacys and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you a teenager and shit like that, you be wanting these type of women, bruh. But you can't get them without money. I tell niggas this all the time, bruh. You can't get the Stacys and the Keishas without money. It's just not gonna happen. Unless you're Chad or Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? That's the only motherfucker who can get Stacys and Keishas. Because they're on their looks level. When Chad or Tyrone come around, these females, their panties melt. You feel what I'm saying? Their panties get, their panties get wet and shit. You don't have that effect on females, especially as you get older. Hellcat is aging out of the game. I can't keep up these looks for the rest of my life. That's why I'm working out right now, man, to try to maintain what I have. You feel me? And eventually, once I get to be 50, 60, I ain't gonna be that guy no more, man. I'm gonna be old. And at that point, man, yeah, it's gonna be more about the wallet, man. The more old and shrivel up you become, the more it becomes about your wallet, man. See what I'm saying? So once I get the bag, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I deserve the best. Fuck that. Fuck that. I deserve the best. I deserve the women that I want. I deserve curves, titties, ass, face. I deserve it all once I get the bag. And this ain't no delusional talking either. This is reality. Once a man get a bag, he deserves the best. Because you know how long it takes and how much you got to go through just to get a bag, nigga? Huh? Yeah, this is good quality, man. Good quality. You know how long it takes to get a bag, bruh? It takes sometimes years. You feel what I'm saying? It takes years to get a bag. We're talking about if you're an actor, you showing up to auditions throughout the years. And you just keep on getting nose in your face. Nose in your face. Motherfuckers closing doors in your face. And you just taking it every single year that goes by. When you in school, you countless of hours of studying, bro. Taking quizzes and tests, exams. You see what I'm saying? To get a passing grade throughout the years, you feel me? That's a lot of grinding too. School is a lot of grinding. It's more upstairs though. School is all about inhaling information and studying things. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, then you got sports, where motherfucker just running up and down the goddamn court with that basketball, for hours at a time and shit. Almost every single day. A lot of time and effort put into your craft. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end, when you get that motherfucking bag, You're gonna be like, nah, man, I didn't like hustle for 5 to 10 years just so I could get an average female or average, either average at best. Hell no. And I damn didn't suffer to get a low caliber female like sub 5 stalker. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't touch her if I was broke. Nowadays, sub 5 stalker, I wouldn't be with her even if I was broke. I mean, I did try to do something with her, but it didn't work. But when I think about it, a female like that, I wouldn't want to have nothing to do with her if I had plenty of options and I was broke. Let's say I had options let's say I had like a bunch of average women, like a bunch of 4, 5s, and 6s in my roster, and I had a gang of options. I wouldn't even look twice at sub 5 stalker, bro. I wouldn't have looked twice out of it. I'd be like, keep it going, keep it moving. But since you got very little options, man, you fall victim to some of these sub 5 females. That's why a lot of like the incels and shit, they having a hard time getting their face matched. They're having a hard time getting sub 5 women. The sub 5 women are checking for what they call it, the normies or whatever. The average looking dudes. That's who the sub 5 women are checking for. They know they can't get Chad. They can't get Chad. They can't get Tyrone. Nah, that's way out of their league. Ain't no sub 5 woman coming up on Chad or Tyrone. Chad and Tyrone will sneeze at that bitch. Be like, what? I chew. Keep it moving. Feel what I'm saying? But if I felt like I said, man, back to what I was saying, man, if I felt like I earned that bag, how you doing? If I felt like I went through so much pain and agony and suffering just so I could get that bag, once I get it, I'ma feel like I deserve the hottest women on the planet. Because you don't know what it takes to get a bag nowadays, bro. A lot of concentration. A lot of that shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of work, a lot of not dating. You ain't dating, your life is put on pause basically when you chasing the bag, man. Can you hit pussy? Yeah, but you can't really date, you know what I'm saying? You can't really go out on dates. I miss dating, bro. Feel what I'm saying? But while I was dating, I didn't like what was on my plate. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a guy that works out, tries to take care of his body and shit, got a decent something diet. You know what I'm saying? And what the fuck do I look like dating a Landwell, a woman who doesn't work out, who's overweight and out of shape? It's like, come on, man. Cause I'm gonna be out there trying to get her to work out, and then what she gonna do is she probably might lose weight, thinking she all that, and then get the fuck out of here, Then she gonna leave me after she get in shape. I had that happen to me one time. There was this one female, she had bifocal glasses and shit like that, bro. She worked over here at the Chinese spot over here, man. And she was very humble when she had those bifocal glasses on, you know what I'm saying? And I saw it, and she was nice looking up under there. I could tell, you know what I'm saying? But the moment she got contacts and she took those glasses off, all of a sudden she didn't know me anymore. All of a sudden she thinks she's cute now. You feel what I'm saying? I for real, like, I remember she used to say hi to me every single time I went in there. You feel what I'm saying? So then, when she took those bifocals off, she got contacts. I guess she did some laser treatment for her eyes or whatever. And she looked cute without the glasses, man. I thought in my head, I was like, I knew she was kind of cute up under there, right? I was like, And then all of a sudden, she stopped saying hi to me. She act like I didn't exist. She act like I didn't exist. She just don't, she don't acknowledge my presence anymore. So I was like, oh, so you thinking you all that in a bag of chips because you took off your glasses, and now, now dudes are paying a little bit more attention to you? I'd be like, fuck you, bitch. And anyway, you're below my looks level anyway. You have round eyes. I got almond-shaped eyes. I area mug you, okay? I area mug your ass. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't deserve the worst once I get the bag, bro. What they call it, a trophy wife? Once you get the money, right? You get the money, you get your trophy wife. You get your trophy girlfriend. I get the Stacy's and the Keishas, bro. If I got the bag. You feel what I'm saying? You know. Hold up. Some chick switched up on you when she got contacts. Yeah, she did, bro. All of a sudden, I noticed the attitude was a little different. You feel me? Like she doesn't acknowledge my existence. Cause like you know when a female is always acknowledging you, right? You coming in, hi, how you doing? She was very friendly and talking to me and stuff like that. Now she got contacts. All of a sudden, she don't know me no more. Now she stopped talking to me. I don't exist. She's not, you feel what I'm saying? So now she's thinking she's all that in a bag of chips. You hear what I'm saying? But bitch, you ain't got no titties anyway. Yeah, you got a nice little behind on you, nice little curvy hourglass shape that she got going on. It's small because she's small. But bitch, you got no titties. I could talk about that. And how about your height? You are not tall, you are short. Now, I could pick a bitch apart just like that. If you're not interested in me, I could pick the things that I don't like about you. But some of these women, let them lose some weight. Don't never pick a woman, a fat woman, and then try to like turn her into a gym rat. And she lose that weight, bro, she gonna leave you, bro. Cause then she gonna have a lot more options. You feel what I'm saying? Some motherfucker said, man, you could change her, bro. You could get her to lose weight and she'll be looking good for you. Don't do that. You bet not. Or you could try it if you want to. But you're gonna get your feelings hurt in the end when she leaves your ass for a Chad or a Tyrone. Nah, get her while she's in shape. If you're working out, you're in shape, you deserve a woman that's in shape like you. Don't be out here dating no BBWs or fat women. Nah, if you're in shape, she has to look the same, man. But unfortunately, a lot of dudes who are in shape, they can't get women that are in shape. Like when I was out there dating, I was failing at getting women who were in shape like me, because I was on steroids and my body fat percentage was low. And I was having a hard time getting women who were in shape like me. You feel me? And that's not good, man. For you to be out here struggling to get a woman of your face match, or a woman that's in shape. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, they change, man. Their attitude changes, bro, when they lose weight, and they're gonna think like they're the baddest bitch on the planet because then they'll be more desirable. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say if you dating and you're in shape, you got six pack abs, you run a lot, you work out a lot, you're in shape, you deserve a woman that's already in shape. Fuck a fat chick, bro. That's not your face match, bro. That's not what you deserve. You feel what I'm saying? I was having a hard time even being on steroids, and I was at the best shape of my life when I was on it. I was so shredded and cut. You feel me? I was in tremendous shape, and I still couldn't get a female that was in shape like me. You feel what I'm saying? And I would approach those women in the gym too, and you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give me much play, man. I'd be like, this bitch, she in shape, man. Let me go talk to her. We're both in shape. We both look alike. You know what I'm saying? She's not very pretty in the face. She's like average, okay, but she's in good shape. I walk over to her and say, "What's up, baby? You in shape?" Nah, I can't get that. See, them women got a lot more options than you do. Even as a guy that's in shape, got six-pack abs, you average in the face. If you you just average at best, they're gonna have a lot more options than you do. That's the reason why you can't get them women that's in shape like that, even if you're in shape yourself. I couldn't get a woman that was on my level with the shapeness. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, God damn, I can't get a woman that's in shape like me? Let me take this off. You about to work out. You about to work out. I feel like there's a jokester over my head. Or I feel like somebody's like controlling my life. Like, I'm in shape. I think I deserve a woman that's in shape like me. And then when I try to go after these women that are in shape like me, I get rejected, and I feel like there's a jokester over me. It's like, you don't deserve those women. You deserve the fatties. You don't deserve that. Fuck all your dieting and all the hours in the gym that you put in the gym. You put all those hours in the gym. You worked out, you dieted and everything. And then when you get out in the dating world, all there's available is fat women and women with poor genetics. Women who don't do the same things that you do. What do I want to do? Deal with a woman that's fat and out of shape when I'm a gym rat? Our lifestyles are not the same. You hear what I'm saying? It's not gonna work long term. Look at that dude. What's his name? Game Abroad. He was with that fat chick or thick chick or whatever, or she did turn fat. She was thick and she turned to fat. He was with her for a couple of years. And then he left Thailand. It didn't work. You're unevenly yoked. You're being with a woman who don't work out, but you working out in the gym, busting your ass every single goddamn day, working out, sweating, working hard, weights, squats, gym, and then you go home to a fat woman after that don't work out. She's sitting there, she's eating Ho-Hos and Twinkies and Baby Ruths and Snickers and she goes for the fourth meal in the nighttime. That's conflicting with your lifestyle. Look, when I was dating that fat chick at the beginning of the pandemic, bruh, she ate a lot. That's the reason why she was fat. She wanted DoorDash in the middle of the night. We already had 3 meals. And I told her, no, I said, we don't need that much food. We already ate dinner. And she was ready to do a 4th meal, bro. She was like, I want some I want some DoorDash. I want some, we want to order DoorDash. It was like, what, like midnight or something? And I was like, no, we don't need, we just ate like a couple hours ago. And she didn't eat though. And when I told her, don't do it, she didn't do it. But she was gonna order a 4th meal, bro, in the middle of the night. And then I was with her for about a month or 2 or something like that. I started noticing I was putting on pounds. You feel what I'm saying? Cause she ate so much food, bro. I can see why she's fat, bro. I can see why she was fat, because she ate so much food. She would eat 4 meals a day, bro. Eating in the middle of the night. Just hungry, always hungry. Like hungry hippos, bro. Like back in the day. Just eating all the marbles up. Remember that game called Hungry Hippos? Where you release all the marbles, and the hippo that gets the most marbles wins the game and shit. And she's not working out. She's sitting at home watching TV, bro, while you working like a slave in the gym and shit. You know what I'm saying? You slaving in the gym and she at home relaxing. Nah, that's not the type of woman I want to be with. Our lifestyles will conflict. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna say put that shit down. You don't need all that junk. At least if you're gonna eat the junk, at least work out. You can at least do that. Like me, because I drink beer and hang out, have pizza and stuff like that, but I work out. I mean, you can tell that you can look at me and say, "Damn, that guy works out right there." You can look at it. You can look at me and tell that I work out. You know what I'm saying? But what the fuck do I look like being with a woman that's overweight, that don't want to work out, that don't want to do sit-ups? I do like 300 sit-ups every time I work out. Sometimes I do 400 sit-ups. If I'm feeling myself, I do 400 sit-ups. You feel what I'm saying? I do capoeira for the cardio. I do a lot of push-ups. You can tell when I take off my shirt, bro. You can tell this nigga been doing push-ups. Like, that nigga swole. When I'm flying the sign, I get females looking at me and shit. So why would I want to have anything to do with a woman that's like King Kong size, you feel me? What would I want to do with a hungry hippo, bro? You feel what I'm saying? What would I want to do with that? Nothing. Just sit there and not be with her, man. No, I turn down the hungry hippos, bro. I turn them down, bro, because I'm like, nah, I'm too good for you, baby. Like this one hungry hippo that was parked over here in this van. She shot at me. She got out. She had blubbery arms, bro, and she had fat old face, and she had the nerve to try to shoot her shot. I said, hell no. Hell no. I'm like, nah. No, you can't be fat, baby. Hold out, man, until you find a woman that works out like you. Nah, she's too fat. Toss to the side. Cause I seen dudes who work out, who go to the gym, and they still with a fat woman at home, bro. You know what I'm saying? I guess that game abroad didn't work out for him, did it? Yeah, game abroad, he was with a female that didn't work out, bro. When she got into a relationship with him, she put on more pounds, more weight. Uh, their lifestyle's conflicted, man. I don't see how, you guys are gonna go long term with these women who don't work out, who's from a different culture, by the way. It's like you a gym rat and you eat decent. You try to stay away from the carbs. You know, around summertime and shit. You want to stay lean and cut. She's not staying away from the carbs. She's gonna eat all the carbs. you know. See, if you guys was gym rats together and you was in shape together, you could be like, okay, baby, we're cutting down on carbs. We both do, you both do it together. You cut down down on carbs together. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's winter, you up the carbs. Okay, winter is cool because that's your winter coat, right? So it doesn't matter. You can eat carbs in the winter, doesn't do anything. But when spring, summertime come around, you're leaning out and you say, baby, it's time to cut the carbs. She'll be like, okay. So then when we go out to dinner, we're both doing the same thing. She's eating a salad, I'm eating a salad with a little bit of carbs on the side. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of a little bowl of rice or something on the side. You know what I'm saying? So we're both doing the same thing. We're both on the same mission, is to stay lean and shit. But now you got you going there ordering a salad with some with a little bit of rice on the side, because you gotta have some type of carbs. With a little bit of rice on the side, some maybe a steak or something, right? And then her big ass burger, fries, milkshake on the side. You feel what I'm saying? And you guys are eating two different things, and you looking at that burger, you're like, God, that's a nice little burger. Like, God damn, man, shit. You see what I'm saying? You getting hungry for that burger that she got on her plate. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like your lifestyles conflict with each other, man. And then you're like, God damn, the fries look good too. Oh, I haven't had fries in a while. And she's eating fries because she don't watch the fucking carbs, okay? She got a milkshake because she ain't watching no carbs. Yeah, it's stupid. And travel overseas just to get a well. Yeah, that female that Game Abroad had, bro, I could have pulled her here, bro. The only thing she's thick in is the booty part. That's it. But her face was clearly sub-5. Game Abroad's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend in Thailand. Her face was clearly sub-5. It wasn't even average looking, bro. If you go to that video with him being in Thailand with his Thai girlfriend, or his fat, thick Thai girlfriend, you'll see that the female was clearly just sub-5. You know. I'm like, you motherfuckers be picking these ugly women, bro. No one of your kids are coming out to be incels. You be picking ugly women to have children with, to pair up with. Certified Stalker was so mad when I tried to use her and toss it to the side. She got mad when she was wondering why I was ducking and dodging that bitch. Because, bitch, you are not on my looks level, and I'm not trying to have babies with you. Nope, not at all. You know. And then she gonna get mad at you because you're not eating what she's eating. Exactly. Hey, that's how they do that, though. You gotta be with a woman that's with your program, man. Other than that, you gotta reject them, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta reject them bros. Cause then you be unevenly yoked. That's why I say, man, get the money, man. You can afford to be picky and choosy. You can earn the right to be picky and choosy. I earn the right to be picky. You know, men gotta earn the right to be picky. Women, they could just be picky. That's it. I guess you full, huh, man? Hung dude full. Talking to that bird. Yeah, man, fuck all that, bro. Like I said, once I get the bag, I'll be picky like a motherfucker. I'll be like, nope, you're too short. Nope. That's what women do. You know? The height, no. 5 footers, no 5 footers. Do not do that to your children, bro. She gotta have long legs, man. She can't be built like boobs. I just saw a little bit of her body, bro. She's not all that. She got a lot of flaws in her body, the stuff that I like. See, for me, I think she need more ass than that. Boobs, don't get me wrong, she don't got a flat ass, but she gonna need more ass than that for me to deal with her long term. I get this bag, I get what I want. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she ain't got an hourglass. The standard of beauty is hourglass shape. That's the standard beauty. That's why it's so hard to get those. That's why you see guys walking around with females that look like boobs, or females who don't have an hourglass shape. You know, those women are a lot easier to get. You feel what I'm saying? When I got that bag, and I suffered so hard and so long, no homo, you know, and I suffered for a very long time, you feel what I'm saying? And went through loneliness, you know, what they call it, chronic loneliness or whatever. If I went through all of that just to get the bag, I'ma think I deserve better women, bro. Top tier. With all the curves in the right places, too. With all the curves in the right places. I don't want any women that are like just inferior with the looks. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, man. This motherfucker. What the fuck you doing, bro? What the fuck you doing, bro? This motherfucker is chilling where I go take a piss at. It's like, dude, get your ass from over there. Take your fucking monkey ass out of here, man. Some people get on my nerves. You know? So she be like, you diet too much. Like, god damn, bitch. I'm trying to diet so I can stay lean. You feel what I'm saying? You know, eating them salads all the time. Why you always eating rice and chicken and veggies and shit? What the fuck is a vegetable? I don't like no vegetables. That's how them fat women be, bruh. You'll never see a female anywhere near, a fat female anywhere near a vegetable, bro. Everything is pizza, hot dogs, and donuts. Everything is carbs, and more carbs. More carbs and more carbs, more carbs. You know? Like back in the day with that song with Bone Thugs and Harmony, it was called Mo Murder. And in the fat woman's case, it's called Mo Carbs. Carbs, more carbs, more carbs. Don't work out. Leave them workouts alone. You don't need to work out. Fuck a workout. You know what I'm saying? You know? You know what I'm saying? And then she eating chili cheese fries in front of you and shit like that while you're trying to be on a diet. That's gonna be hard. You know? And I ain't talking no delusional talk, bro. I'm talking about attracting what you look like. You know what I'm saying? You can't be, Kel, he delusional, bro, because he's talking about he want a woman that's in shape, but he's in shape too. Like, yeah, I'm in shape. So I deserve a woman that's in shape like me, that works out like me, that goes to the gym like me. That way we got something in common. We could work out together and shit. We both being on diets. You know what I'm saying? We both eating healthy, both of us. She cooking healthy meals for me and shit. Making sure I stay on diets and live longer. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? With a fat woman, man, you'll get a clogged artery or you'll get a Pillsbury stomach and shit, man, fucking around with them bras. Look, when I met my ex-girlfriend, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I was in good shape. I was doing capoeira and everything. Cause when I met my ex-girlfriend, she was overweight. And yes, back in the day, Kel was a chubby chaser. I didn't discriminate when it came to weight or nothing. But when I met my ex-girlfriend, I clearly was in shape. The moment I got with her, bro, I put on all kinds of pounds. I stopped going to the gym because she didn't go to the gym. She wasn't a gym rat. And I remember looking at some of them LA boxing, because we went to LA boxing after a while. We started becoming more into like fitness, you know, after a while. She wanted to join a boxing gym. It was called LA Boxing. And at the time I was overweight. And I joined the gym too. But I wasn't like that when I first met her ass. You see what I'm saying? And when I first met her, bro, I was in I was shredded. I was swole, bro. Got with her. My stomach came out to here. My cheeks came out to there. You know? Bro, I was overweight. You know what I'm saying? Because you get around her and you start picking up her habits of not going to the gym. You know, her habits, her eating habits. What she ate, you ate it too. And you just got all of a sudden you had a Buddha belly. That's what she used to call me, bro. She used to call me, she'd be like, oh, you got a Buddha belly. And I didn't even have that when I met her, bro. Mr. Buddha belly. That's what she was calling me. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotten back into shape. Eventually, I woke up out of that shit. We both got into shape. We both was working out. But she got too skinny for me at one point, man. She lost the weight and got really skinny. This is when she was having midlife crisis. I think she was like 30. And it was around 2009, 2010 we was there. At the time I was 30 and she was 38. Yeah, she was pushing for it at the time. So I guess she was having a midlife crisis, my ex-girlfriend. You know, she's pushing 40 at the time. I was 30, she was 38 or 39. Yeah, she was around 39, pushing 40, right? Because she was always 9 years older than me. And then she started working out, and then I joined the gym too because I was overweight. But that taught me a lesson. Don't get with women who don't work out like you. If you are a gym rat, if you are in shape, you got six-pack abs, you got muscles, don't be settling for a woman that's fat, bro. That's not even cool. Because then your lifestyles are going to conflict. Yes, you are unevenly yoked. Feel what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm going to end this live, man. I got to work out. I'm running my mouth too much. You know, you guys have a good day. I'll be on with an after workout video. You know how I do it, man. I got this brand new phone. How you like this phone? This phone's tight, huh? It's a nice phone. You guys have a good day. I'm out.